Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the Mental Wellness channel with Waihiga. If you're new here, I hope that you stick around and take a listen to what I have to share. Today, this is a warning for all alcoholics out there. If you're an alcoholic and you're in active addiction right now, this story is one that you will not want to miss out. I am Waihiga and I am a recovering alcoholic. So let's take a listen to the story. Samantha Miller, 34, was killed after a golf cart she was a passenger in was hit from behind, allegedly by a drunk driver. Loved ones are remembering the South Carolina bride who was killed by an alleged drunk driver just moments after leaving her wedding reception last Friday. Samantha Miller, 34, was killed after a golf cart she was riding in with her husband, Eric Hutchinson, and two others was hit from behind and thrown over 100 yards and rolled several times, according to a GoFundMe page created by the mother of her husband, Annette Hutchinson. Miller died on the scene from blunt force injuries sustained in the crash. Charleston County Coroner Bobby Joe O'Neill previously confirmed. Hutchinson is in serious condition and has had one of two reconstruction surgeries, numerous broken bones, and a brain injury, according to the fundraiser. I was handed Eric's wedding ring in a plastic bag at the hospital 5 hours after Sam placed it on his finger, and they read each other their vows. Annette said, Eric has lost the love of his life. In another GoFundMe, Miller's sister Mandy Jenkins said her sister was pure love. She made the uncomfortable comfortable and brought peace, confidence, and laughter to everyone around her. Jenkins wrote, Samantha was fearless, and that's exactly how she spent the last day of her life. Jenkins continued, she was so excited to start her life with Eric. She had no nerves or hesitation that day. You could feel the love on the beach, but she was more than just a bride. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend to all, a mother to two cats. She was a beautiful person inside and out, who just wanted to make the people around her smile. Jenkins said her sister was still wearing her wedding dress when she died. The alleged drunk driver, Jamie Lee Komorski, who is 25, is charged with 1 count of reckless homicide and 3 counts of felony DUI, resulting in grave bodily harm, according to online court records. According to a newly released affidavit, authorities say Komorski nearly fell down when she was asked by police to perform a sobriety test. After the deadly crash, WBTV, KOTA TV, and WCBD TV report. She allegedly was uncooperative with police and very unsteady on her feet, authorities reported, said in an affidavit. Komorowski is currently being held at the Al Cannon Detention Center in North Charleston, according to WCBD TV. It is unclear if Komorowski has entered a plea or retained an attorney to speak on her behalf. Can you imagine the day? You're 34 years old. You've met the love of your life. You have this amazing wedding planned on a beach. Your family, your friends are there. You walk down the aisle. You exchange vows before God, before all your family and friends, to the love of your life. And then a few hours, just after you exchanged rings, you and your husband are taking a golf cart to your wedding suit, and a drunk driver hits you, allegedly, and kills you. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievably tragic. This story, this case. As a recovering alcoholic, I sympathize not only with the victims, but also with the alleged perpetrator. I mean, when this Jamie Lee lady sobers up and it hits her that she killed a woman and severely injured the husband, when it hits her that she took a life when she was intoxicated, it doesn't get much more worse than that. I mean, that is a rock bottom like never before. My rock bottom was literally me being assaulted numerous times back to back, and me realizing that I had crossed a line. I promised myself that I would not cross, but I crossed it to drink. When I reached the point in my drinking, when certain things kept happening to me whenever I picked up a drink, I knew that certainly this was a problem now. And not only did I have a drinking problem, I couldn't stop drinking. And not only could I not stop drinking, I couldn't picture my life without alcohol. So I kept getting assaulted by men. I kept finding myself in fights in bars and just traveling, like making geographical travels, not having a conscious thought that I actually was going to travel, ending up in places I didn't expect to end up in, all because I picked up the first drink. When I realized that alcohol was putting me in those predicaments, and that these incidents were not only happening once a year, they weren't happening twice a year. I mean, they used to happen once a year, twice a year, but now my drinking had progressed where drinking was just fun. And then it became drinking with problems. It was fun and problems. And then it got to the point where it was just problems. Every time I picked up a drink, it was just problems. I thought my rock bottom was bad, but what this lady has to go through, I can't imagine. The absolute guilt of sitting in a jail cell, coming out of withdrawals from alcohol, having the whole world know that I killed a woman, allegedly, on the day that she got married in her wedding dress because I was driving drunk. It does not get any worse than that. So if you're an alcoholic and you're watching this and you don't know how to stop, I understand. I understand you don't know how to stop. I am an alcoholic. I get it. You've reached the point where you can't see your life with alcohol or without it. I get that. But be honest with yourself. Be very honest with yourself. It's time to get help. It's time to let other people in on your biggest secret in life. You can't overcome drinking alone. You never could. You never will. If you want help, get on to a 12-step meeting right now. Right now. Get off this video. Google 12-step meeting in your country, in your city, wherever you are. Look for an online meeting on Zoom. Get into a meeting immediately. Whether it's for alcohol, whether it's for cocaine, whether it's for marijuana, whatever it is for. You can find help. But don't let it get to the point that you're so inebriated, you get behind the wheel of a car, you drive, and you unknowingly, allegedly kill a bride on her wedding day. This is where addiction can take you, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, my heart goes out to the bride's family, Samantha Miller family, the groom's family. It is too tragic for words. What they are going to go through and what they are living through is a nightmare. But let this be a huge lesson to us alcoholics who are still in active addiction, who still feel like we can get behind the wheel of a car and drive while drunk. This woman will have to live the rest of her life with that guilt and shame, knowing that she took the life of another woman, all because of her addiction. You know, rock bottoms come in different packages, but you get to decide when you stop digging. You really do. You get to decide how bad your rock bottom is. If you honestly look at your life right now, and you're not happy with the state and condition of your life right now, ask yourself, is my life like this because of alcohol? I know. We must defend the booze no matter what. But be real for yourself for like 5 seconds. Your best friend has turned on you. Your best friend being alcohol. It's turned on you. And it's making you do crazy things. It's turned you into a monster. It's turned you into a person that you do not recognize, your family doesn't recognize, people around you don't recognize, your friends no longer recognize. It's alienated you, it's isolated you from society. It's become your master and you're its slave. At one time, you were equals. You're not anymore. The party is over. The party has long been over. It's time to get help. And it's scary. Oh, it's scary. I understand. I know. 5 years and 9 months ago, I did not know I was going to get sober. But I also knew that I absolutely could not continue to live my life the way I was living it. Day in, day out, picking up a drink and not knowing where I was going to end up. I would lose hours. I would lose days. 1 year rolled into the next. Oblivion. So please, if you're an alcoholic, please get help right now. Whichever country you're in, whichever city you're in, go into Google right now, look for 12-step meeting, type in online 12-step meetings right now. Get into a meeting. Look for a meeting and get into a meeting. You don't have to do this alone. I'm not doing this alone. Let this be a very clear warning to you. Alcoholism is a fatal and progressive disease. It will not get better. And the only antidote for alcoholism is abstinence, which can be done through a 12-step program. That's in my experience. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope that you liked what I had to share. My condolences once again to this amazing family. This is so tragic. This is so tragic. I wish them nothing but healing. Until the next video.
Bride was killed just hours after she and her husband exchanged vows. Samantha Miller and Eric Hutchinson, they were literally just leaving their wedding reception when this happened. An alleged drunk driver hit the golf cart that the newlyweds were riding in. The groom and 2 other people were badly injured. According to court records, the driver was arrested and charged, and it is this woman, this 25-year-old woman, who was behind the wheel. They say that her vehicle was going 65 in a 25-mile-an-hour zone.
Sam and Eric were on the back of the golf cart, and so she basically just rammed my child.
The suspect is now charged with reckless homicide and felony DUI.